so welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom, and this is a real nail biter of a game from ShootandScoot, driving the Czech Tier 9 medium tank, the excellent Skoda T50. Probably, I think, one of the best medium tanks in the game right now, but probably one of the least seen, which seems very, very strange. And most people seem to ignore the Czech line. It's got a reasonable amount of mobility. It carries a 3-shell auto-loading gun which reloads that clip incredibly quickly. 27 seconds to reload the clip and 1.8 seconds to load each individual shell. It's got a reasonable amount of mobility, as I say. No armour, of course, and it's quite a large target, so artillery tend to love it. We are here in a Tier 9 game. So he's top tier, but it's a 5-10 game on Westfield. A fairly good balanced team, to be honest. Not something you're going to moan about straight away. He's come into the buildings. He's trying to see whether he can find any kind of... Sometimes you get a few TDs and mediums going to the edge of the cliff there. Also, you might get some shots on the heavies in the middle, or in the north, I guess, not the middle, but no joy so far. There's an Emil. Got no chance of penning on Emil's frontal. Ooh, can we hit that thing? Hey, just unlucky. And what's worse is he gives his gives his position away by doing that. No chance of penning an Emil. Not through the front of its turret like that. The frontal armour is like, well, I don't know what it is, titanium. He's reloading a skill clip. And he said to me when he sent me this game, and I watched it, I said, well, why are you trying to shoot an Emil in the turret? And he said, well, I just thought I'd load premium and see whether I could, which I guess is a fair enough answer, but we'll see in a minute. It doesn't matter what you load on that thing, it's not going to pen. Just keeping a lookout for enemy tanks. There's a Scorpion G, so fortunately he's now got a premium round loaded and he's firing a very lightweight TD. What a waste of a clip of gold. Never mind. That's the problem with autoloaders. You commit to the shells you're going to use, and then if the target changes you find that it's just, you can't rechange just like that. It's gone back to a standard rounds, which are actually APCR on this tank. So they're very fast firing, but not the best at distance. There's an Object 263, but I don't know whether he penned it. He may have hit him with one shot initially. That Object is going to be a pain. There's no way you're going to pen him from here. Not firing through all those walls and things. Reloaded with a premium clip again. Only because he was trying to hit that object in the side and it wasn't really happening for him. So this is a slow burner. Stick with it. It gets very, very exciting in a minute. 6 plays 8. His team are losing, but they do seem to be winning the heavy alley. They're losing the other side. So really, Shoot needs to try and help these heavies to win this flank and win it quickly, but I think he's worried about where that Object 263 is. Oh, darn it all, there goes our oh-ho. So it's Emil on Emil action in the centre area. So Shoot's decided he's got to go and try and help that guy out, but you can see he's worried about where that object's gone to. One shell. There you go, the object's just hit him. 3 shells into the Jaxi of the Emil. He's going to be hit surely any minute now from that object. But no, he gets away with it. Wow, I'm surprised. Really surprised. I thought he'd take another hit there. My only thought is that maybe the earlier shot he did managed to damage the ammo rack of that object, and it hasn't had come off cooldown yet, because I don't know why else he wouldn't have been hit at least twice by that object. It's got a pretty quick rate of fire, so it's 7 plays 10, sorry. He's still fixated where that Object 263 went to. He's a good player, that guy, and he does not want him on his flank. There he is. Is he running away? Yes he is. Come on, 3 shells. 1, 2. Finish him. Nicely done. Nicely done. That was well worth that premium clip there. Heat shells to the side of the object took him down. It's 8 plays 10. It's reloading with a standard clip because he's only really up against mediums now. Enemy have successfully won the other flank. Him and the Emil have won this flank, and we've got a couple of TDs sitting in the middle, scratching their optics. That's it. Yeah. So Shoot's coming down. He's trying to support. You can just see a couple of the enemy tanks appear on the mini map. T-28's taking a load of fire. Artillery. Yeah, there goes the T-28. He's out of it. So we're down to our last 4 tanks. Ooh, pilot. Nice shot at that sort of distance, taking down the pilot on the move. It's a good shot, particularly since Shoot isn't the best at firing on a distance. He tends to rely heavily on auto lock. So that was a really, really good shot. Couldn't auto lock on that target when it was moving at that range. As I say, it does help. This Czech tank does use APCR as its standard rounds, and they're much faster than the average bear. They so you don't need to lead the shell quite as much anyway. So where have all the enemy tanks gone? He saved the life of that GW Tiger, and I think he returns the favour in a minute, so you'll enjoy that. Artillery playing the team game. Ooh, the T-44 down there. T-44 coming in fast. Whoa, Scorpion just obliterated him. Okay, another incoming threat to our artillery, and Shoot takes down that Super Pershing. It's amazing, everyone gets tunnel visioned. I'm going after the arty, I'm going after the arty. He reloads immediately with another clip. He was spotted. There is still an enemy artillery in the game. No, there isn't. The Emil's just killed him. So last we saw all the enemy tanks were up on that northern area there, or southern area, sorry, up around the banking, around the K line. So Shoot wants to try and get eyes on it. Just like that, it's done 2,600 damage and 4 kills. So I love the fact that with a big gunned auto-loading tank like this, you just suddenly stop and look at the score and you think, blimey, how did I do that amount of damage? Because they just, over a period of very short space of time, they'll rack up the damage. So he's going to head round the back here. Now I know for a fact that Shoot uses quite a camoed up crew. Oh, there goes our Emil. CDC took down our Emil. Yeah, he likes, well, because his nature is to be quite campy. I don't mean as in hand on hip, I mean as in he likes to camp like a TD would, which is not a bad thing, but that's just his playstyle. So I know he tends to have quite a lot of camo on his crews for that very reason, and he's going to be very grateful for it in a minute, because he's moving forward, carefully doing it, trying to see what he can spot. It's 12 plays 12. There's the Super Pershing. Full strength, oh my lord. Not anymore, he's not full strength. He turns side on, we get a chance to put 1, 2, 3 shells into him, but leave him on 13 health. Wow. Somebody's eaten our Scorpion, which is a painful experience. There's just 2 of them left. Him in the GW. Reloading, but he's lost sight of him. Darnations. So there's a CDC out there somewhere. There is a Scorpion G out there somewhere, and there is that Super Pershing. Now there's a bit of a glitch here, and this influences the game quite considerably. Well, it doesn't change the outcome, but it changes the way Shoot plays it. He is on fairly low health himself, but it's telling him that the enemy team have 2,563 health left, whereas his team only have 1,300. So he reckons he's about double the hit points down against 3 enemy tanks. and that kind of has an impact on how he plays the next bit. If you know the enemy team is on very low health, then you can take full advantage of it. Be a little bit more aggressive, depending on what you're facing, of course. If you're facing something that can one-shot you, then you probably don't want to be aggressive. You want to play it fairly passive. There is the Scorpion G. He's been spotted, puts one shell in. He's going to get hit here. It takes a big hit from the Scorpion, but takes him down. Right. 4,500 damage. Now let's get out of dodge. Oh, I thought the Scorpion G was dead. No, he wasn't. He's still out there. So he knows he can't pull back too far. So if he does, he'll get cornered, and that GW won't be able to support him. So he pulls up his man breeches and he moves back forward. Keeping an eye on where that... He's got Super Pershing out. There's all Super... here you go. Here goes Super Pershing. Hold your fire. Don't fire. Don't fire. They're on the edge of auto spot. He needs the Arty to help him. Come on, Arty. Do your stuff. 13 health. If he fires, he'll be spotted. And Arty comes up trumps. Looks like he returned the favour for taking out the guys that were coming to kill him. So only a 13 hit point kill, but still very, very important, because Shoot wasn't spotted. Now is that going to catch out other members of the enemy team, because they could see the Super Pershing came around there, and they could see the fact that he didn't see anybody, and Shoot wasn't that far. It was only just outside auto spot range there. He knows any minute there's going to be another tank coming around. They've got to keep pushing him. Again, the mod here is telling him that the enemy team's on 1500 health, that his team is only in 900. Most of that is with the artillery. We're down to 2 minutes 45 seconds left in the game. 2v2. GW is saying no more time, and he's quite right, but the trouble is, Shoot said to me afterwards when we were talking about this game, he said because he thought the CDC was on such high health that he didn't want to risk it. Here comes the Scorpion G, takes him down, beautifully done. Was spotted. Right, get out of dodge. Now if you see, it's showing on the mod that the CDC is full health, 1400 hit points. Ow! And there you go, and he takes a big hit from the CDC. He's been spotted. He's no idea where he is, so he goes with a premium clip. I took the piss out of him. I said, what are you using a premium clip against one of the lightest armed tanks in the game? The CDC has like, I don't know, 10 millimeters of armor, something like that. I think my my Spoon has more armor than that. But and he said it was because he couldn't afford. He thought he was on full health, so he thought he was going to have to hit every shot in his clip to stand any chance of winning, and he felt obligated, since he was the last man standing effectively with the artillery, to take down that CDC for the team. But as we'll see, mods can lead you astray, because that guy is not on 1400. Spoiler alert, I know. So he's playing it very passive again, and again, because he thought the enemy tank was on so much health, he thought he can't push it. If he gets spotted and killed, chances are that is game over. Only 1 minute left though, so he decides he's got to make a move, got to have an effort here. Hopefully there's enough time, well, enough time to find and have a chance to kill the CDC without being killed himself, and for the artillery to get killed. So hopefully now it's at least a draw. But you know, statistically a draw is the same as a loss in World of Tanks. In some ways you're better off just keep pushing, because say statistically and result wise a draw is not going to help you at all. Comes up over the hill. Where is that CDC? Takes a hit from the CDC, bounces it, but look, he's only on 35 health, locks in, takes his time, and bang, takes the game for the win. Whoa, with 20 seconds left. GG. So it was a pretty intense finale for Shoot there. Went down to the last, well, under 20 seconds. Took down that CDC for the win. He got a first class out of it. He got Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, High Caliber, Tank Sniper and Top Gun. He fired, he did 4,775 damage, 6 kills, 1171 base XP. Fired 24 shells, hit with 21 of them, and penned with 18. He took 4 hits himself, all of which penned because that thing doesn't really have any armour. 58,500 credits, but he did use all his premium, a lot of his premium up there, which meant he made a loss of nearly 20,000 credits. What a pay to winner. I was going to be very rude and I didn't mean it, but I think it was justified, his shots. I think and it's just unfortunate when you're in a high tier tank, when you've loaded up a clip of APC or premium rounds or whatever it was, you can't really reload it, and he was unfortunate. He took down a Skoda G without needing that armour, but he thought he was going up against the Emil. Now, he probably wouldn't have penned the Emil anyway through the turret, even with premium rounds, but you know, in the heat of battle you forget sometimes. With his *2 for the day, 3,514 XP. So a real cracker, very close, right to the wire, and he carried the team beautifully. So hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. In the meantime, enjoy your games, have fun, try not to take it too seriously, and I'll see you again soon. This is GamerDom signing out.